Video games have been around for decades and have been a big part of people's lives, particularly younger people.
Favourite video game from now or in the past has to be a racing game called Sprint, made by Atari. It was one of the first arcade games.
Battlefield 3.
Saints Row 3.
But over the more recent years, there's been growing concern over the violent content in some video games.
Hi, I'm Katie Couric. Welcome to Eye to Eye. How violent is too violent? Manhunt 2 is a new video game where the player gets physically involved in the violence.
Games such as Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty have received a lot of criticism for glorifying violence. This violence has been said to promote behavioural issues amongst children.
I think not only children's but anybody's behaviour could be affected by it, but I think it depends on their frame of mind and their character.
It depends on what sort of shooting game it is, because if it is something like I've been saying, Call of Duty, then yes, because the person who plays it will become numbed to what's going on in the game, and if they see a news broadcast like something that might be going on in Iraq or somewhere else, all these wars, they will not be as affected by it as someone else who doesn't go on the violent games.
I think it all comes down to parents and how they raise their kids.
With differing opinions on the subject, we're going to take a look at the different points of view on violent content in video games, and if children have too much access to it. Should more be done to stop them being subjected to it? By gathering opinions from parents and children alike, we can start to get an idea of what people think on this controversial subject.
I dropped the ball.
Harry is 11 and has played video games for most of his life. He has owned an Xbox 360 console for the last 2 years. You mentioned Battlefield 3, that's a shoot 'em up. Do you think that's your favourite type of game?
I played them a lot, but I think adventure, action games I like.
Harry goes online regularly via Xbox Live. This is the largest video gaming online community around, and thousands of children in the UK alone have access to it. Have you heard of Xbox Live or PlayStation Network?
Yes.
Are you aware what you do on it?
Well, there's hundreds upon thousands of things you can do with it, really. But one of the main things you do with it is socialise and meet people online.
Do you think it can be dangerous for younger children to go on Xbox Live?
Yeah, but I ain't heard anything dangerous. They're just normally weird, like, as in game freaks and people who get really annoyed.
Do you think it could be dangerous using things like Xbox Live?
Yes, because things like I've been on Call of Duty online once or twice before, and the language some people use is absolutely appalling.
Grand Theft Auto has inspired a lot of open world shooting games we play today, such as Saints Row 3 for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Tom is 19 and plays this game quite often.
It's pretty much like GTA, but it's more fun and more open world, and basically involves just shooting random people.
And why do you shoot random people? What do you get out of it?
Don't know, it's like most games, like Call of Duty, it's based in the army, but that's what games are nowadays.
Video games are regulated. The Entertainment Software Rating Board, or the ESRB, were established in 1994 by the Interactive Digital Software Association. The major video game manufacturers created this board after concerned groups applied pressure over the content of video games. The ESRB rates over 1,000 games per year. But is this enough? Is it enough to control what we really let children see in video games?
For parents, they need to be aware of what games their children are playing and be aware of the storylines, the actions, the reward sequences, etc.
I mean, any adult can go and buy them and then let their child watch them, so it depends upon, again, their upbringing. And yeah, I think there are plenty of regulations put in place, but then there's ways that adults get around them, and then you've got adults who are just who aren't checking what their children are watching or playing, and then just give them free rein at home and don't regulate it at home.
I think it all comes down to the parents, because one day or another kids or adults are going to play these games, and it's not just kids who can be affected by games, it can be adults too.
Nowadays these games are rated stupidly, like Battlefield 3 is rated 16, but that's really realistic. And then there's probably like Borderlands, which is a cartoon basically. It's not that bad, but that's at 18, so they're ridiculous.
Nowadays, young children are playing games like this on a regular basis. Should something be done about this? Who's to blame? The video game stores selling the games, or the parents?
My 12-year-old son plays on games that are rated 16-18, but what I try and do is turn off the language content and the blood content, and I'm quite happy that I don't think it's going to affect his behaviour in any way.
So, for example, if a young child was playing on Grand Theft Auto or something like that, then the parents could say something to the child, and if they didn't know about it, they could ask them where they got it from or something like that.
The parent's going to say no, and then there's going to be a kid who has the game. One of their friends is going to have the game, and they're going to play the game at the friend's house. So, I don't know what it is. They're always going to play the game.
Oh, well, what my dad did, because my dad is, well, intelligent, to be honest. Surprisingly, I'm not as intelligent, but what he did was he sat with me while I played it for the first few minutes. Then I started shooting people after he left.
Video games will always be around in our lives in an ever-growing modern society. It is something we have come to accept and for the most part enjoy. They allow us to escape from the boring repetitive lives we lead, whether it be by leading a team to victory online, or blowing the hell out of anything and everything. Video games are here to stay, and with that comes controversy.